So I want to get into Isaiah Bond in my sleeper series. Now, Bond projects as an impactful Z receiver with the potential to revolutionize an NFL passing attack through his explosive playmaking ability and evolving techniques. His exceptional speed and agility in tight spaces render him a versatile asset, adept at both stretching the field vertically and generating yards after the catch on shorter routes. A fitting comparison is Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders, another receiver whose collegiate performance did not fully capture his capabilities at the professional level. Now, I think Isaiah Bond could be a sneaky good pickup for the Raiders in the third or fourth round to kind of add to that passing attack. Now, while he is not a number one receiver at this point, if he can get up his, strength so he can be a little more physical at the point of attack, Isaiah Bond could be special in the National Football League. That's the one thing he needs to work on, is getting a little bit stronger. I think some of the reason why he didn't do what he could have done in college is strictly because he's not the strongest. But, man, Isaiah Bond is somebody that if the Raiders get a chance to, in the third, fourth round, that I think projects to be somebody that we should take a look at.
A little bit more about Isaiah Bond. Now, Bond is a guy that kind of struggles against press coverage, but he has elite stop and go skills, stop and go speed. He's a guy that operates his best out of the slot, and to be honest with you, if he can kind of get his play strength up a little bit, he stands at 5'11". He's kind of a smaller guy, about 180 pounds. But he's one of those explosive wide receivers, man. He's a guy that if he can get a little bit stronger, I can see being the Deshaun Jackson kind of talent. Now, this is the problem. Isaiah Bond is really being closely looked at by the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's very concerning for us because, I definitely don't want this kid getting with his college teammate Xavier Worthy and recreating the Smurfs and having Patrick Mahomes throw the ball all over the place with these guys, man. So, hopefully, the Raiders have their eyes on him. He is definitely the kind of guy that you will want to add to your wide receiver room. And the Raiders do have a thin wide receiver room. So, keep an eye out for him in second, third round. Now, I don't necessarily know how high he's going to go. This is not a great wide receiver draft by any stretch of the imagination. There's only maybe one or two guys that are projected to go in the first round. So after that, it's kind of fluid based off of positional need and value for other teams and how much they covet the wide receiver. And I would say in this wide receiver draft that Bond is probably a top 5 prospect. He is definitely a risk worth taking for the Raiders. Now, he doesn't have the elite size, and I know a lot of people will say, hey, Wasted, we need a big body number one receiver, but there are a lot of guys in this league over the last few years who have not had the prototypical size who have been super productive. I mean, Antonio Brown comes to mind. Steve Smith comes to mind. I mean, it's a myriad of Tyreek Hill. It's a myriad of other guys in this league that, have been very successful playing at that size and that weight. Now, Isaiah Bond did not have the record-breaking 40 time in shorts. But on the field, he is one of those guys who plays a lot faster than his 40 time says. Now, he ran a 4.38, which is by no stretch of the imagination slow, but he thought he was going to run sub 4.2. It didn't happen at the combine like one of his teammates, Golden. But to be honest with you, I am really high on Isaiah Bond. Very high. Now, guys, listen. If you like this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We are in a race to the top here, man. We need to get to 14K. Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent, on vacation, on location, but always tapping in with you guys, man. I'll see you guys a little later. We're going to bring some more short videos. We got to get back at it, man. The vacation's almost over. And guess what? The content never sleeps because we always got to bring that content to everybody who rocks with the great and powerful Wasted, man. But make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. We out of here.